welcome to the finals of the Charity First Handicapping Challenge. Georgie, this kicks off the weekend. We got $1,000 on the line. Plus, we're going to make some extra money for the Winners Foundation. What a way to kick off another weekend here at the Great Race Place.
It's going to be fantastic. These guys, they really had to go through 32 opponents, right? 30 opponents to get here today. So quite a feat, quite an accomplishment. You guys are watching two of the best, and I would definitely pay attention to whoever they wager on and pick today. So it's going to be a great show, Chappie.
Yeah, Scotty came on a little late. He had some work to do this morning, and I just want to let you know, Scotty, Gabe was talking a lot of smack before we came on air. So hope you're ready to roll. He's been talking trash already.
Gabe's a tough opponent, so I'm glad I wasn't there to see it. It's like the prize boxing fighters, right? I wasn't there, so I couldn't get intimidated. But I put in about 6-7 hours of handicapping, knowing how tough Gabe was going to be.
Yeah, George, before you get to Gabe, so, last week I told you Scotty and I had a 4 a.m. conference call. This week, 3 a.m. we've been up talking, going over the card replays, equine edge system. We haven't slept all night. He's ready to roll.
Oh, boy.
Man, Gabe and I and the entire live and breathe horse racing contingent, we're getting together. And so we got numbers on our side, Gabe.
Yes, we sure do.
All right, Georgie, should we get
Gabe, let me ask you a question. Did Georgie give you any help at all or no? I mean, he's just sitting on the sidelines.
No help at all. All me.
I'm giving him moral support.
Moral support, Georgie. All right. Well,
I'm a cheerleader.
It's tough to beat Chappie.
It's been working this way
since about 2 a.m.
Yeah. Well, see, we've been handicapping since 2 a.m, and then how he does it is if I tell him I love a horse, he just marks that one off and moves on to another one. So it seems to be working, George.
Yeah, they've been studying too long. Think long, think wrong. And so we're going to come in here fresh, Gabe.
Study long, study wrong.
As you
Sometimes
go, right?
you can overthink things. That happens in this game.
Guys, it's like the movie Let It Ride, right? I'd go to Chappie and say, "Okay, Chappie, who do you like?" And he says, "I love the 4-horse, can't lose." So I'm crossing that thing off.
Gabe, I'm sure we got a lot of people from Live and Breathe Horse Racing watching today.
Yeah, we sure do. Yeah, Live and Breathe Horse Racing on Facebook, 5,800 members strong. Woo! A lot of winners, a lot of picks. A lot of people on there posting their picks, posting their selections, even with harness, with everything. Just go on Facebook and check it out. Live and Breathe Horse Racing Group on Facebook.
All right. So before we get started, George, Scotty and I now we got to plug, Equine Edge. So Scotty, tell us about it. Let's go.
All right. Well, you can go to equineedge.com. I think we've got a promo right now of a free week, and it's all algorithms, right? So essentially what it does is it takes the statistics that everybody looks at, and the algorithms actually turn them into metrics. And so you're not starting from the very beginning. And so that's why our members are able to handicap a lot faster because we're not going to compete with right? I mean, so it's already looking at the metrics. So if you're looking at statistics to start, you're already behind.
I love it. So we're not going to be behind today at the end of the day, and Scotty's going to have a dime in his pocket. So go ahead, George, start us off.
All right, we don't have any algorithms, any statistics, any computers on our side, Gabe. We got good old-fashioned handicapping. Who you like to win? Who you like to win and why?
This is an epic battle of David versus Goliath. Big billionaire Scotty versus little old me. And you know what? I'm going to bring it today. But Scotty's a good guy. I've known him for a while. He was very helpful. I've asked him a lot of questions. He's always there to answer. So Scotty's a good guy. And him and I are both half Armenian, too, to add. That's so right. We both share the same heritage. So
that's
have
right. Each
yeah, each says Shalav.
That's right.
See.
That's about all I know, though, in Armenian. So.
That's true. Me too. Don't ask me another question. I won't even know what to answer.
Exactly. That's about it. So where are we starting? Exacta win bet double?
100 to win. Where are we going?
Okay, 100 to win. I'm going with a horse that extremely impressed me visually. And I'm just going off visual pretty much. And it's race number 6, the number 5 horse with Pratt. This horse was extremely impressive in its debut in this country. And there's a horse in there that's made me a lot of money, Pop Stream, who I hate to bet against because that horse has made me a lot of money. As you both know, I had that horse pretty big when it won at 25 to 1. But what I saw from Excelrina was breathtaking. She went the final furlong in 11-2 while having trouble. So, I mean, that's just racehorse time. Pratt never brought out the whip. I think Pratt and Diamato are on a stakes horse here. So I'm going to just try to get on the board in that race. 100 to win on the number 5, Excelrina, race 6, Santa Anita.
All right. Gabe is going with the Sultan of Saad, Phil D'Amato, who is just phenomenal on the turf, especially with his imports from overseas. And Excelrina, you got Pratt aboard. We got to take advantage of Pratt while he's still in town.
Yeah, I know.
He'll be leaving soon. So
sure going to miss him.
Yeah, another perfect ride is expected, as usual, from the phenomenal Pratt for us to take the lead, Chappie.
When I have my form here and I flip to whatever people are talking about, and as soon as Gabe said I have a visually impressive horse, I flipped to race 6 before he even mentioned the horse and name. So I
that's
knew
a good sign. That means I'm going to win.
That was very impressive visually. I agree with you, Scotty. $100 a win, and why? Where you heading, buddy?
Well, I had a couple of ways I could go, but I decided to go with the 5-horse Fury Cap in race number 7. It's a 32,000 maiden claimer, and this horse, though, his 4-year-old gelding was off since September 2020, so off almost a year and a half, 17 months essentially. And this horse was ultra impressive first time out. Now, the fact that Sadler is putting this horse up to a open $32,000 after that long of a layoff and a 16,000 non-winners at 2 lifetime, that horse had to have needed that race, and that horse really finished out and galloped out nicely. I think this horse, I think the 1 and the 4 are going to duel. I'm Corfu and Finestra, the 1 and 4. They're equally as fast. They both seem to need the lead for their best, and the 5 horse is tactical. And I think Fury Cap on the outside of those horses finishes and makes it back-to-back races. And I'm not going to be surprised to see if this horse is claimed for $32,000. And Pratt stays aboard, 36% jockey trainer combination, 45 tries in the last year. So I'm going to put a win bet on Fury Cap, the 5 horses, 5-2 on the odds makers morning line, and 2-1 on the Equinedge morning line.
So race 7, the 5 Fury Cap, 5-2, like you said, second off that long layoff. George, I think this is one of those horses we had the debate about when they came back the last time. Horse off of a long layoff, they're dangling that carrot. Do you claim a horse that's 4 years old with only a couple starts, and they got away with it for 16? Now they jump it up to 32, and like he said, sitting outside of the other speed should get a terrific trip. And so far, they're 2 for 2 with the Pratt selections here in the finals, Georgie.
That sounds good. Pratt's going to be a key today in the 5th race. The horse that ran second to Fury Cap runs sometime always. So kind of see how that one does, kind of get an indication, especially if you're wagering real money. I got a feeling that if sometimes always does well, that bodes well for Fury Cap also.
And Sadler's a magician at putting horses in the right spots. So I agree with Scotty. And I also think Scotty's right. The 1 and the 4 look like they're going to battle it out. And Pratt's so smart. He always has his horses in the perfect position. So the 5 will probably stalk, lay 3rd or 4th, and make the move before the stretch. So, of course, Scotty comes with a good pick that I agree with. I knew he was going to do that.
We don't know the level, but to be off that long, you sneak the horse in there for 16 non-winners or 2 lifetime, and you move the horse up after that win to 32. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty common. Yeah.
No question about it. Yep.
And Sadler doesn't play games like that. He
No.
positions his horses in the right spots always. He's the best, probably the best there is.
Yeah, the obviously we're trying to raise money here for the Winners Foundation, which is our charity. Probably, this will be the last one, and then we'll have a new charity starting in the next one. But hopefully, you guys will take that bankroll from 300 over to over 1,000. We want to thank Winners Foundation for all the great job and all the great work that they do, and hopefully we'll raise some money. But apart from raising money from Winners Foundation, we are trying to make money for you guys, our viewers and listeners. And again, you heard from both handicappers, both giving credence to their picks. And it's certainly something you should consider when making your wagers. All right, we're going to move on to the Exacta. Gabe, you got $100 Exacta ice cold or a box or a key for $50. What are you going to do with your Exacta?
Exacta? I was thinking about doing an ice cold, but then for reasons for this contest, for strategic reasons, I'm going to go a box, and you'll see why later when you see my double. But I'm going to go race 4, and looks like a 2-horse race, 2 and 6. The Mike Smith horse, what's that horse's name?
Microshare.
Yeah, Microshare. Yeah, that horse worked with Forbidden Kingdom, and the clockers say that horse worked very well with Forbidden Kingdom. I don't see anything else in the race that looks like it could compete with this horse. I do think Microshare will win, but just in case Mike Smith does something unforeseen, which he does sometimes, I'll do a box to the 6 who ran big first time out while having trouble, off slow, wide, goes from JJ to Pratt. JJ Hernandez is in Arizona, so that's very likely why. But when Pratt and Baltus get together, they hit at 32%. So I just think this is a 2-horse race. And again, just to get on the board, I think these 2 horses will be 7 lengths in front of the 3rd horse. So for strategic reasons, I'm going to Exacta box, $50, 2-6, race 4, Santa Anita.
All right, race 4, Santa Anita, Exacta box. You mentioned real quick, I think we got a minute that JJ's in Arizona. You've done some work for Arizona track, Gabe. I see your selections up there as well sometimes.
I like Turf Paradise. I think it's a fair track. Scotty and I were talking about it. He bets Turf Paradise every once in a while as well. A lot of people will dismiss it, lower purses and so forth, but I think it's a good product there. And they have a really great announcer, Craig Braddock, and he's a really nice guy and a wonderful ambassador to the sport as well. So I recommend anybody watching, give Turf Paradise a chance. They're a good little track, and you could see myself and other members in the group post a lot of winners at that track. So there's money to be made there. So give Turf Paradise a chance.
All right. Both of you guys are great ambassadors for horse racing as well. Chappie?
All right, Scotty, $100 or $100 Exacta. Where are we heading and why?
By the way, I just agree with Gabe in that race. By the way, so for what it means, maybe give people confidence to maybe use those 2 horses. I do think Microshare is a better horse. The horse that the race that Microshare came out of was a strong race with Baffert's Monster Adair Manor, and that horse came back to win the Las Virgenes by 13 lengths, grade 3 race. So, and then I think the 6 doesn't have much speed, but it's going to come on and probably finishes the best. So yeah, I think it's 2-6 personally, but I can see why Gabe boxed them. Makes sense. Because you don't really know what the upside of the 6 horse is, but I do think Microshare will run a good race. I think my only concern and why I think it's smart to box on Gabe's part is that Mike Smith and Richard Mandela, I mean, what a combination they used to be. In the last 25 races, they've only won 4%. So that makes me a little bit nervous, but I do think this horse is the real deal.
Mike Smith always makes me a little nervous.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that. Okay. For me, we're talking about a daily double. And Exactly. Excuse me. Okay. I'm going to stick with Fury Cap, and but what I'm going to do is so the 1 and 4. So based on Equinedge's metrics, we have the pace. We have the most accurate pace number in all of horse racing, but we have also a strength of race, what we call SOR. And one thing I've seen within our metrics, and that's why I put the two metrics next to each other on what we call our race view. And it's got the 1 horse with way more class than the 4 horse. So while the 4 horse is fast, I think the one with that class will get the lead. And so just in case the 1 goes gate to wire, because, speed kills speed. So if the 1 clears, so when I'm taking 2 speed horses strategic wise, I'm going, okay, I'm going to take the one I think of the 2 because speed kills speed. So if the 1 gets the lead like I think it's going to, it'll kill off the 4 Finestra. Then the 5 gets up. Maybe the 5 wins and beats the 1, or maybe the 1 beats the 5. But I think it's a 2-horse race. So I'm going to say 1-5 exacta box in race number 7, $50.
All right. So race 7, he's going back to Fury Cap, but in case the 1 clears early, he's boxing the 1 and 5. George, before we get to our double, I want to remind everybody tomorrow is the comedy show. So you can go on to santanita.com/events for your tickets at $35. That gets you into the track, gets you tickets for the day and tickets for the comedy show. We have 2 professional comedians coming in, Tommy Savitt and Patrick Ney. They perform all over the country. They're terrific. Jay Cohen is the host. These guys are the main acts. So get your tickets. Gabe, I'm going to tell you right now, buddy, if you happen to lose today, I will buy you 2 tickets to the comedy show tomorrow.
Oh, that's nice of you.
If you win,
but that's nice of you.
If you win, I'm expecting him to buy them yourself. But if you lose, Scotty's in Florida, so he can't get in here. But if you lose, I'm gonna buy you 2 tickets to go to the show tomorrow.
Scotty, you're in Florida?
Yeah, I moved to Florida about a year ago.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, enjoy.
Seriously, go on and get these tickets. The event is great in the Chandelier Room. So just go on santanita.com/events, get the tickets. There's still some left. $35 for all that. It's great.
Are you going to be there, Chappie? You'll be there, right?
I'm running the whole thing. I'll be there. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be the first one there and the last one to leave.
Okay, good.
I mean, I'm not up on the stage running the acts, but this is my event. So yes, I will be there.
You're not going to
perform? I thought you were one of the acts.
I know. I thought so too. I thought you were going to perform.
People just laugh at me when they look at me. I don't even have to say anything. So. Technically, I'm part of the act. Go ahead, Georgie.
All right, Gabe, daily double time. Where are you going with your daily double? And you kind of teased that it had something to do with that race.
Yeah, it does. It has something to do with that race. And this is for, strategic purposes. Scotty did sort of a similar thing with his exacta, a little bit of insurance in case his main horse loses. And that's what I did with my exacta. What is that?
Oh, sorry.
I thought, with the current climate, with the political stuff, I thought maybe something was going on there. But nonetheless, I'm sorry for getting sidetracked, but that frightened me a little bit, considering where we're at in this country. But we're going to go race number 3. And another race where I think it's an absolute 2-horse race. And I'm going a $50 double with the 1 Ute with Flavian Pratt, who's going to abandon us here in Southern California, like Scotty abandoned us here in Southern California. And number 2, Rose Maddox. This is a 2-horse race. I mean, the 1 destroyed the 6 in its last race. Pratt gets on. The horse closed really good in 6 and 1. It was very, very wide as well. If you watch the replay, very impressive. And the other horse in here is the 2-horse, second race off a layoff, ran 3 big races that would probably win this race. So I don't see anybody else in the race. The 3 is not good enough. The 4 is just filling in the race. The 5, again, another horse that I don't think has the class to win this. So it really looks like 1 Ute and 2 Rose Maddox. And I'm going to go to the big favorite in race 4, Microshare, who worked out with Forbidden Kingdom and valiantly was chasing Forbidden Kingdom. Nothing in here is like Forbidden Kingdom. So $50 double, 1 and 2 in race 3 to number 2, Microshare in race 4 to beat Scotty.
All right, there you go. At the,
Hey, I genuinely love everything that Gabe's doing. Honestly, I think it's gonna, it'll be tough for me today. He's picking some good horses. I like his strategy. I was gonna go those same horses, and I made a decision to go another way. And really, horse racing, if you're a decent handicapper, it really comes down to how you formulate your tickets and your betting strategy.
Absolutely.
Really is what it comes down to.
Yeah, betting strategy is the most important. I know a guy at the track. He's the best handicapper in the world, but he bets terribly and he never wins. And I know another guy who doesn't really handicap that well, but he bets intelligently, and he's always cashing big tickets. That's why I'll give a plug to Scotty's Equine Edge. There's the ticket generator, which is a wonderful product and really helps you. And I know a lot of guys, they work 40 hours a week, and they're short on time. So the ticket generator helps them when they don't have time to cap or they don't have time to construct the ticket. So my buddy Scotty's got a good software there.
Thank you.
I like it. He started off talking smack, and then Scotty and I, on our 3 a.m. conference call, we decided we're going to kill him with kindness. But in the background, Scotty wants to bury him. So, Scotty, where are you heading with your double and why?
I bet
I'm competitive, but I think anybody I will say this, I think anybody that has any kind of success in whatever they're doing needs to be a little bit competitive. I think being overly competitive can come back to actually hurt you. But I think, being competitive is an important thing. My strategy had to change a little bit, only because in the last race, I really did like the threesome cash equity, but I'm gonna do a daily double. I'm going to do the 1 and 4, $50 with finishing off. I really do think Hudson Ridge is going to be very tough to beat. They've added blinkers. Bob Baffert's very tough when he adds blinkers. JJ Velasquez and Baffert are 48% as a jockey trainer combination. Hudson Ridge has had a layoff. I mean, class wise, there's no competition. I mean, this is nothing for Hudson Ridge, and I'm sure he's coming back good. Only 10 lifetime races. And this horse is clearly the horse to beat. So I was going to put the win bet on this horse. I do like this horse quite a bit. And in fact, it probably helps the chances here that the 3, who was a foreign horse with Prat aboard, wasn't really sure how this horse was going to run. So I was a little bit worried. So I was going to kind of spread a little bit. But now that the 3 horse has been scratched, I'm really liking the 9. And I'm not doing this in the exacta, but I will say this. I think Evening Sun, the 7 horse, probably the perfect type of candidate to get second. So I do think it's gonna be a 9-7 cold exacta, but my daily double is gonna be 1 and 4, $50 daily double, 1 and 4,
1 and 5.
in race number 7. Excuse me. I'm sorry. 1 and 5. Yes, thank you. 1 and 5 with 9.
All right. So
Buddy,
1 and 5.
You didn't like the 10 at all in there, Anaconda? I was thinking the 10.
No, I did like the 10 a little bit. No, I did. I did. The thing is like, it didn't win a very strong race, and it was okay. It did it easily. The connections don't win that much, although that horse was pretty impressive in the sense that it won off of a year layoff or 2-year layoff. Yeah. So that was pretty incredible. I don't know what the upside of this horse is. Our Equine Edge Morning Line doesn't love this horse, and I don't like the 10-hole Gabe, but I do think Anaconda, can run for sure.
I agree. The 9 is the major class edge in that race by far. I mean, coming out of grade 2 races, I just think Anaconda is going to get a perfect trip, laying about 3rd or 4th behind the speed, and we'll see though. I was thinking about a 9-10 exacta box in there, so I like to put my horse in your horse.
No, and I agree. I am not knocking the 10 in any way. I just think the Evening Sun, the 7 horse, this horse has been really knocking on the door at this level. And this horse just always it always finishes. It's very, very consistent.
Yeah, consistent
right?
horse, yeah.
Yeah, and so it's just that type of horse, but probably we're looking at a 9 with 7-10 or 9-10-7 for sure.
All right. Tiebreaker, I think we're going to race 5. It's the race we don't have. So if you guys take a quick look at race 5. In the meantime, I want to thank the behind-the-scenes people who work on this show and thank them. I want to thank Albert, of course, Tyler, Andre, big thanks to Andre, who's doing a lot of work with our show as well. So thanks to the behind the scenes guys. It's been a successful tournament, and we're going to crown a champion today. But if it gets to a tiebreaker, we're not gonna need it, Chappie.
No chance with this crew, especially in the finals. But just as a formality, we'll go to the Wheel of Doom here and see what we got.
All right, race number 5. First pick goes to Scotty.
Scotty.
I hate this race.
Me too. Me too.
That's why we're not going to need it, but just in case.
I'm gonna.
I know. Me too. I'm the same, man.
I do think there's speed in this race, but I think Dream Robber's probably the fastest horse in the race. But I do think the horse that's somewhat tactical. I think this horse is tactical. Hard to say, but no, the horse dueled inside. I'm the one horse, but the 2-horse Dream Robber can go gate to wire. Sometimes, always. I'm going to go with the 4-horse only because the horse I like today faced this horse, and this horse is.
That's what I figured you were heading.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to have to stick with the 4-horse. Sometimes, always.
That horse actually, had a little bit of trouble in that race as well. So I figured you'd go there after liking the Fury horse. So, all right, Gabe, who's your tiebreaker horse?
That would have been my gun to the head pick because this is a race I don't like at all. But I mean, that horse, track variant wise, speed figure wise, is the best. But I'm gonna just go with Pratt because why is he riding a 12.5 claimer? And there's no other reason other than that. I do not like this race. I'll be going 4 or 5 deep in my pick 4s and 5s. As Santa Anita does a lot, they put a very tough race in race 5. They do that a lot, and I know why, but nonetheless, I'll go with the 7. But Scotty's pick is probably going to finish ahead of mine.
I don't know about that. It's a wide open race. That 2-horse Dream Robber could go gate to wire for sure as well.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to need that tiebreaker, so don't worry about it, right?
No, I don't think we will. Yeah.
All right. One of you two will be crowned the champion after today. Gabe, like Barry Abrams used to run his horses, you're going to be right back tomorrow for the start of the next contest. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. 1 day layoff.
No, a quick turnaround.
I'm going to need some rest because Scotty's a tough one.
Scotty, this doesn't count you today, but I did go on to the Stats Race Lens, and Gabe is 0 for his last 43 off of the less than 24 hours rest. So tomorrow he's going to have trouble. Yeah, I'm not sure how today's going to go, but tomorrow wheeling back on rest.
Well, I'm not really a big I don't look at statistics, so can you tell me what the metrics are?
Now the metrics say he's got a 0.24% chance of winning tomorrow. Today.
Perfect.
I want to see what my SOR is on Equine Edge because I
want to. What's Gabe's win percentage? I don't know. Do we have odds on here?
I think he's at 14% today and 0.02% tomorrow. Yeah. So
I think everybody will be a winner if you come to the comedy show tomorrow night. Right there.
Get your tickets, please. Get your tickets.
Tickets are now on sale. Tickets are on sale for the Santa Anita Derby as well. You go to santanita.com and get tickets.
And just like that, George froze right on cue.
Derby, $1,000 prize, and we're gonna see Gabe tomorrow.
All right, gentlemen, good luck. We appreciate it. Let's have a good weekend, and one of you guys is coming home with a dime, and go to the comedy show, and we want to make some money for the Winners Foundation, most importantly. So appreciate it, guys. Good luck.
Good luck, Scotty.
All right. Good luck, Gabe. Good luck, Gabe. We'll see you guys. Thank you, guys.